she creates really specific relationships with everyone around inside jokes and nicknames and things like that. Why do you do that?
To me personally, from coming from Ohio, I thought like I'm very funny and goofy, so why not make it, bring my personality on the floor. So I think being funny and goofy, it shows like, one, you're personal, you can come up to people, and it shows like when they come in too, like this is not just like, hey, here, go, bye. It's more of like, I'm trying to get to know you and you get to see me. So me, I just make random like jokes. Like if I want heavier weights, like I literally say, hey, you're looking good today. These 25s are gonna go good with that shirt. So I swear, it's like even those people that have those bracelets on, they work out, I'm like, these are gonna look good with that accessory. Yeah. So just like little things like that, they helps with it. And then like one thing that just popped in my mind is like, did Jillian, when you talked to her, did she say anything about Jillian Jacks?
No, she didn't tell me about that. I want to hear about it. So quick. Let me frame this. So Jillian, we actually did we did a podcast with Jillian and Becky yesterday, and Jillian is a member here. Her whole family, Eli, Silas, Brett, Jillian, they all are here now, and so that's who you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Oh gosh, I'm a demo her Jack. I can remember.
Show me the Jack Sparrow run.
Is this a new exercise?
Yes, this is her. She wants this on the floor. Like she literally goes like this, and I mean like she lifts her leg up, and everyone's like staring at her, and then
Show me her karaoke's, because she looks like Jack Sparrow when she does her karaoke's. With the arms. With it, she does like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
And I can even say, okay, everyone do Jillian Jacks. Everyone knows what they are, and everyone's just like, I'm like, oh my god, this is the thing, let's go, okay. So just like being funny and personal, I think it helps, people that trust you too. A lot of people like trust me, they're like, okay, Carrie's like human, I know she's goofy, like I'm also gonna work hard. So for me, they just know I'm just goofy, so.
Yeah, that keyword is trust. I thought you're building this relationship. Well, first of all, like practically nobody, unless they're sick, twisted individuals like us, they don't actually like the objective like curl. Like it hurts, So you kind of have to like pad it with some fun, or it's just this thing that's not hard to do, and nobody's gonna want to do it. What comes to your mind when you guys think, like in this gym, what comes to your mind about some other things? I heard Jillian. What are some other things? Nick, do you have anything that you have done with a member? Like, for example, similar to what you do, I actually, when I'm trying to get people to lift heavier weights, I'll actually go over and I'll grab it and I'll bring it over to them. I'm like, oh my God, I found him. He's here. She's here. Like, it's real. You left it over there. I know you're so sad, right? And just messing around with them, making it fun. Do you have anything?
No, I do about the same thing that Carrie does. I usually just say like, hey, how you feeling today? And then they're like, oh, I'm feeling good. I'm like, okay, cool. Here's some more weights. And they're like, crap, I should have said I wasn't feeling good. Or just like making a joke saying like, oh, this looks really good with your outfit today. Love doing that with all the members. And then they usually laugh.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I get a lot of my things, I kind of feed off of a lot of you guys just because being a little bit more newer here, not knowing the members as well. I'm getting there, but not all the way. But yeah, I would say just, like making that joke, making it feel more personable, making it feel like it's not this scary thing, picking up something heavy, but actually making it feel like it's actually like attainable, like a thing that is, like giving them the power to do it by just handing it to them. And also lightening it up with a little bit of a joke, something funny.
Right, but it's a human product.
Exactly.
Right? We have a human product, right? So it has to be relational and not transactional. Right? If it was just cold and unfeeling, it would be miserable. Right? But like, if you make it fun, if you find out what their favorite song is and get them dancing, right? Or if you like, I mean, the 4:30 is my favorite, man. I didn't say the F word. I don't have any favorites. All right. Like they are just, they're cuckoo, man. To be up before 5 a.m., you have to be crazy. But the way they bounce off of each other, you find those people that kind of interplay and already have a relationship, and you can just jump right in the middle of that, frog splash, boom. And like now you just blow the entire station up, right? But it's like, that little minute of levity, right, will carry them the rest of the camp, and they walk out the door grinning ear to ear, right? Best 45 minutes of their day, right? So like, I think it just adds that next level to a great product, which is just that much better.
Yeah, I agree. And I also, like, when I first started, one thing I found worked so well for like retention and just making people feel like they belong, like a part of a community, was giving them a nickname. And because my mission was to like help them rediscover or recreate themselves or find a new identity or progress.
Dog.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So like how many nicknames do you give out? Like, for example, there was one lady, her name is Kathy, but her last name started with a B, so I just started calling her KB, and now nobody even knows her real name.
Right.
Like they just call her by KB, and that to her is empowering because that's the identity that she was looking for when she walked in the gym in the first place.
Right.
So when people come in, I'm just giving them that new identity and saying,
Yeah.
hey, here you go. Now, like, you know, let's have fun with it.
Pam Pareda, I named her Mad Dog like 2 camps in. And
She's only known as
no,
Mad Dog.
but like she would even write her name down. We would have like things to like put on the wall or whatever.
Yep.
She'd be like Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Like, that was her identity from then on, right?
Yes.
It's like when she walked in the gym, that was Mad Dog.
Yep.
Pam was no more. And she puts on Pam when she leaves.
Yeah.
I remember one day you asked Amy Steffens, like, what's your middle name? Or I don't even know how it
yes.
happened, but you always call her now Amy Jo.
Yeah.
Amy Jo.
We had 2 Amy's, and so I was like, they both looked at me, and I'm like, what's your middle name? She's like, Joe. I'm like, you'll always be Amy Jo. And people are like, people probably think that's her like the actual name.
Jo.
They're like, she's like, yeah, but she's just used to it. And then there's so many Jennifers at the 5:30 camp, and so she's like, just call me JB. And every time I think of Justin Bieber, but I'm like, JB, I see you.
The beads!
Yeah.
We had
Beefs
a
in the
member, Jimmy, and
Oh, no.
for the longest time we called him James because that's how he signed his name, and so like he never said anything, and then finally I saw his wife laugh, and I was like, why are you laughing? She was like, he goes by Jimmy. So then he
We're like 9 weeks in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was always Jimmy James. And so
Yeah.
like the
Old Jimmy
5:30
James.
a.m. was always like, go Jimmy James, and he was just like, cool, awesome.
Yeah. Well, doesn't like, and you can see like people how endearing it is to
Right.
them when
Yeah.
like you give them a
Yeah.
nickname because it makes them feel like a part of the community. I mean, when Morgan trained in Cornelius, they called her No Mercy Morgan. And it works the other way too, right?
Yeah.
Like members, you start giving them
Oh,
like
yeah,
nicknames.
Carrie has one.
Scary Carrie.
Scary Carrie, let's go!
Scary Carrie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4:30 used to call me Roz from Monsters Inc.
I like that one.
They're always like, oh, Roz is here.
I can't unsee it now.
That is so good. That is so
Especially
good.
with your glasses on.
Yeah.
I can't
The hair too.
forever. Now you won't have
That should be your. Was it
Monsters, Inc.?
Yeah, that should be your.
Monsters
Yeah.
Inc. is not a day, but
No.
unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, this is great. This is great. Well, it's just like the reason I wanted to talk about this is because Burn has that sauce, right? That differentiator is not in the dumbbells that we have on the floor or the pull-up rig or the floating floor. Like all those things are cool too, but the real differentiator is the way that we treat people and the nuances of even something as subtle as like giving somebody a nickname. You know how many people out there never got a nickname before? Right? It's incredibly sad how some people come into the doors so overwhelmed by life. And it's sad, but I'm also happy about it at the same time because now it's an opportunity for me to say, all right, let me impart my beliefs on you. And if you like them, you're going to stay and you're going to change your life. And if you don't and you're not ready for it, then you might not stay. And that's okay. But I'm going to always make sure that you know you can come back, whenever you're ready.